Europe's known for its beautiful towns with cobblestone streets and traditional architecture. But you don't have to visit Europe in order to experience the actual atmosphere. Welcome back to Travel Global. In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 US cities that will make you feel like you visited Europe. So without any further ado, let's get into this video. Number 10, Sausalito, California. The beautiful island of Sausalito will make you feel like you've stepped off a yacht on the Amalfi Coast. Just like the coast of Italy, buildings are tucked away in the hills, overlooking the ocean with various restaurants and hotels in town featuring the same incredible view. There are many restaurants serving up conventional Italian fare like Osteria di Vino, Poggio, and Scoma, a Sicilian seafood restaurant that's placed on a pier above the bay. Barbocci also has an outdoor area where you can play namesake games, which is a special tradition in Italy. To enhance your Amalfi Coast experience, you can even hop on a private yacht, go sailing, or take a tour of the city's unique floating houses. Number 9, Frankenmuth, Michigan. In addition to the Netherlands, you can also visit Germany while being in Michigan. Frankenmuth is even recognized as the United States' Little Bavaria. You can walk through the shopping district and discover locally owned stores and food shops and skyscrapers that look like they came out of a storybook. Frankenmuth also hosts Brauner's Christmas Wonderland. A lot of local people speak German and host traditional events like Oktoberfest and the Frankenmuth Dog Bowl, which is also the world's largest Olympic-style festival for dogs. One of the biggest attractions is getting a popular chicken dinner at either Zinder's of Frankenmuth or the Bavarian Inn. Number 8, Solvang, California. From all the different cities, Solvang might be the most popular one, but this doesn't make it any less charming. Located within Santa Barbara's wine area, Solvang has earned the nickname of the Danish capital of America. The small village was founded by Danish and Dutch immigrants in the early 20th century. It has a lot of windmills and traditional half-timber buildings. You can eat actual Danish pastries outside just like in Copenhagen. You can even ride the horse-drawn Solvang trolley or peruse lovely antique shops and boutiques. We also recommend visiting Hans Christian Andersen Museum and Ostrichland so you can see the ostriches and emus. Well, each September there's the Danish Days Festival where people can participate in an Obleskaver eating contest. Number 7, Holland, Michigan. The Netherlands is known more for tulips and windmills. Well, you'll find both in huge amounts in the aptly named town of Holland, Michigan. Located halfway between Chicago and Detroit, Holland was founded by Dutch immigrants in the mid-19th century. With food like Dutch apple pie and lots of cheese, Dutch-style buildings, and celebrations like the Dutch Winterfest and the Tulip Time Festival, Holland has opted to preserve the Dutch culture. The Veldheer Tulip Gardens have been around since 1950, and in the spring, they also display almost 5 million colorful tulips. You can also check out Windmill Island Gardens, which has the country's only operating real Dutch windmill, along the Nellis Dutch Village, a collection of 30 Dutch-style buildings with gift shops, as well as costume clomper dancers, a carousel, and carillon bells. Number 6, St. Petersburg, Florida. You can now move further on the south side of the Gulf of Mexico to St. Petersburg, Florida to be transported to Barcelona. One of the famous examples of aesthetics of this place is the Don Caesar Hotel. Designed in 1928, the resort became popular as the Pink Palace while hosting the likes of Clarence Darrow and F. Scott Fitzgerald. You can also enjoy a private beach and 2 heated pools with your closed ones. The Vinoy Renaissance St. Petersburg Resort and Golf Club is also another pink-colored Mediterranean revival-style hotel, but it's located in Tampa Bay. You can sip cocktails poolside or on the historic veranda. You can also visit the Waterfront Seafood Restaurant, which transports guests to the seaside escape in Barcelona. Number 5, Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. The Swiss Alps are a beautiful destination, but if you can't travel to Switzerland, you can take a trip to New Hampshire. At the base of the highest peak in the Northeast, there's an Omni Mount Washington resort. It's surrounded by almost 800,000 acres of the White Mountain National Forest and is home to Bretton Woods, New Hampshire's largest ski area, boasting 464 acres of skiing and snowboarding on 63 trails and 35 glades. There's also activities like mountain biking, indoor and outdoor climbing, fly fishing, alpine skiing, and Nordic skiing. The resort dates back to 1902 and is made of wood. It received $60 million in property renovations and expansion projects in 2020. However, its historic ski chalet aesthetic was maintained perfectly. Number 4. Leavenworth, Washington. For another Bavarian experience, you can visit Washington's Leavenworth. Settled in the Cascade Mountains, it feels like something straight out of the Alps. The city's whole downtown is designed in the Bavarian style, with a lot of other Germanic influences like sausage gardens and beer halls poured throughout. Leavenworth was reconstructed in the 1960s to look like something straight out of Bavaria to enhance tourism, after knowing that Leavenworth turned into a ghost town when its logging and sawmill operations were discontinued. The Leavenworth Reindeer Farm is a great place to visit. You can also like Andreas Keller Restaurant for Bavarian food and imported beer. Don't be surprised if you see some other diners dressed in lederhosen. Number 3. Carmel-by-the-Sea, California. Carmel-by-the-Sea is a 1 square mile village that's considered as one of the country's most romantic regions. Its quaint buildings resemble people in a sleepy English village. Tourists come to enjoy the unique architectural aesthetic of our village, from its private passageways to its quaint courtyards to its impulsive fairy tale style houses. In 1924, the well-known builder Hugh Comstock came to Carmel and started designing fairy tale cottages that started to be recognized as Comstocks. Today, 21 of these Comstocks are available, and you can explore them more on a historic walking tour. For a real English experience, you can also visit the popular Cottage of Sweets, which is a British-style sweet shop that's been selling loads of licorice, homemade fudge, and many more things since 1959. Its curlicued roof and storybook architecture make the shop amazing. And since there are no chain or fast food restaurants or national coffee shops, you can be sure of the unique charm that will last for years. Number 2. Alice Beach, Florida. Alice Beach is a seaside community along Florida's Panhandle that was created in the early 2000s. Well, it's quite new, but it's easy to mistake the stunning white buildings set against crystal blue waters for Santorini. The white stucco construction culminates in flat roofs of varied elevations, accented by verandas and coated with pergolas, courtyard gates, and window shutters in a just more Mediterranean palette. Alice Beach consists of condos and townhomes to acquire, but there are also various vacation properties. If you're planning to visit here, make sure to spend time at Kaliza Pool, which is a 100-foot zero-entry saltwater pool that's surrounded by 3 smaller pools and an open-air restaurant and bar. You can also access the private beach. All this will definitely make you feel like you're on a beautiful Greek getaway. Number 1. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans has roots in both Spanish and French culture, but it's French culture that you can actually feel transported into. There are various French cafes and pastry shops that will provide you with a little taste of France as well. The prominent French market was founded by Spanish immigrants, but in a later incarnation it was protected by the French Market Businessmen's Association and turned into an open-air fruit and vegetable market. In today's time, you can find all types of food and gifts, but much of the essence will give you a feeling of a Parisian market. We also recommend you visit La Boulangerie for croissants, Sucre for macarons, and Café de Gaz for French bistro dining. And as many people know, you can also visit Café du Monde for your popular beignets. Well, we can't forget about the city's most popular event. Mardi Gras itself has roots in French Catholic culture, but beyond religious belief, the themes of many of the parades harken back to ancient European cultures. That's it for today. If you liked watching our video, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. We're also pinning some more amazing videos, so make sure you check those out too. See you in the next video.